Parents just don't understand, is what Coco would say, even though really she was in the wrong. Yeah. Whoa. Hey y'all, it's Deuce, and today, well, y'all can probably tell this is the same day. But anyway, we are talking about episode 5 of volume 3 of Dear Our People on the Aftershow. This is a parent-focused episode, which was really nice because there's like, for example, we haven't really truly seen how Sam is doing with her dad besides a couple of texts. And we heard a lot on the phone about Coco and her mom, but we've never really been formally introduced to her mom. So questions like that have been answered in this episode. So, you already know what the tea is. Check out my other stuff. Follow me on Twitter. Y'all know the tea. So we start Sam's perspective, or I guess story, with her vamping, recording random aspects from people. The first one is with Coco, okay? Ironic, given to Coco has a bit more relevance this episode. And then only big things about her is that she keeps texting her dad throughout this, because this is parents weekend, so she feels bad that she can't talk to her dad anymore, so she just texts him. I mean, this is what I covered earlier, but this becomes an issue because she starts texting him so much that he responds, and I was like, are they getting supernatural with us? Why? How can a dad text from the grave? And it turns out they gave her dad's number away, so she's been texting this other person who's not her father. That's tragic. And then so she breaks down and cries, and she calls her mom and talks about it, which is great because remember last time someone tried to FaceTime her, she shut the laptop. So this is what we call growth, which is the theme of this season anyway. So I think that's a nice touch. But yeah, after she discussed mourning with her mom and stuff, she feels a lot better, which is nice. It wasn't that easy for Coco and her mom, though. The next story this episode tells is about Coco and how she deals with her mom. So the build-up is with Professor Queensfield. And so she tries to get Professor Queensfield a letter recommendation because she feels that'll secure a spot in getting a fellowship to Paris. But that fails miserably because first he just like, I only give out recommendations to only one out of the top 3 students in the class. I mean, this doesn't discourage her, but I mean, she isn't going to immediately get it, which makes sense. She has to work for it, because I don't think we've ever been shown her to interact with Queensfield ever. And it's like some type of government's class type of thing. I don't even know. I can't even understand U.S. government. You got me taking international and ancient governments? Oh my gosh. Anyway, Professor Queensfield embarrasses her and Coco for 1, disrespecting their names. It's not hard to pronounce. Say it. 2, he like overwhelms her with information and she can't keep up, and then she like runs out of the class, and Kelsey tries to console her, but that didn't even go well because Coco likes to push everyone away. So she gets really upset, but she still has her eyes on the prize. And because she has her eyes on the prize, her inner voice manifests as what's his face? Her daughter, her daughter that would have existed if she didn't abort. So this is her, and she just was like really aggressive, just like Coco, on getting her ambitions done. But I don't know how well that's gonna go. So what else happened? Oh. And then Yvette Nicole Brown pops up. She was, because, all this time, Coco tries to avoid her mom. But now her mom's like, you ain't gonna avoid me no more. And she pops up on campus. And that works as well as you think it would. Coco instantly shooes her away and because really rude to her mom. And she says a lot of out-of-pocket things. And then this like culminates to her like overtly telling her mom off when she's at this diner trying to get Muffy's mom to be nice to her. But I mean, not nice to her, Muffy's mom to get her to write a letter recommendation to Queensfield. because they're like go back or something. So at the end of the episode, her inner voice, the Coco and her mom all talk it out on what is appropriate and how to get their dreams, and they all deal it out better. I think it's an episode, so you know they're trying to get everything all wrapped up nice in this one episode. But Coco clearly has problems that aren't gonna get fixed in one episode. She's clearly ashamed of her mother, her background, and everything else in Chicago. So don't know how that's going to work, but yeah. But before I go, the best part of the episode is at the end where they look into the camera, and then Yvette Nicole Brown is like, "Who you looking at?" The final story this episode talks about is Kelsey's. She's really excited for Parents Weekend, but they're not coming, which is tragic because Kelsey had a whole like weekend planned for them. So her mom actually gets pregnant, and she's like, "Oh, I have to take care of me and this baby," and so she's not coming to see her daughter. And Kelsey's always been an only child, so she's not taking as well because she's like, "All the babies suck up attention," and so while she's in this vulnerable state, Miss Brooke pops up and swoops in, takes in the opportunity. And so I think it's implied that they had a good time together. Actually, I don't even know why I said it's implied. Like, it's pretty overt. But I'm confused because Kelsey was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so happy we can do XYZ, XYZ." And Brooke's just... Because like we said, Brooke was not about it. Brooke was not about it. And Kelsey knew. Kelsey freaking knew. So I feel bad for her because if she finds out, it's not gonna end well at all. And yeah, that was this episode. So rather than getting rather than seeing her parents, she saw Brooke, and it did not end well at all. Only a couple of miscellaneous things. So one thing, the publication Chester has been captivating a lot of people, and Lionel's liking the attention, and Lionel loves writing this. So I'm glad Lionel has found his passion of writing to do something, since clearly he doesn't like the newspaper anymore. But I don't like that he's anonymous and he's going under a name, because that's exactly what his ex did. All IVW. Lionel, please get over Sylvia. Why is he your password? Why is he your inspiration? Like, this is... I'm just over it. I'm just over it. And... Oh, and Reggie's potentially addicted to best mode.